So I've been prepping to do a liver cleanse, my second liver cleanse. I've done one back in October, so at the time of filming it is coming up towards, no, we're in mid-March. I don't even know what date it is. That's a good start, isn't it? It just goes to show how tired and fatigued I am. 15th, so yeah, mid-March. 15th, mid-March. My cat is mithering me, what a surprise. I want to jump on actually because I was being mithered to death by my cat. I was being completely mithered by my cat, and I forgot to say that in the run up to this I've been taking malic acid every day for 5 days. So this is day 6, so you do it over 6 days, the protocol, the liver cleanse protocol. Oh, actually I want to hold this because I had some swishy sounds on the microphone, and that was my hair. My hair was just, I don't know, I wasn't even turning, was I? Just my hair kept just making some interference sounds over the microphone, but that goes to show how powerful it is. So yeah, I was taking malic acid for, I'm just finishing this pineapple, malic acid for 5 days in the run up, and I took like half a teaspoon, not a full teaspoon, but 2/3 of a teaspoon, let's say, in water every day, and that just softens the stones that are in your liver and your gallbladder, so that helps them in transit go through the tubes, because the last thing you want is to just take the magnesium without taking the acid. So the acid obviously softens everything, doesn't it? So you want to watch out for your teeth. You don't want to have too much acid in your diet, because it can cause inflammation, can't it? But temporarily you just want to take the acid, the malic acid, and I got it in a tub from Amazon. Probably it was very cheap actually. Let me just get it up on the laptop. I've got my Amazon open in front of me. Food grade malic acid was around about the £12 mark for a 500 gram tub, was around £12, and then the Epsom salts I believe was around a tenner for similar, probably a kilogram. Let me get that up actually while it's in front of me. Pause. So the food grade Epsom salt was 400 grams, and that was about £7, and then the malic acid was £12, so £20, around £20 just to get these two. But the most expensive thing actually was the grapefruit juice. So I've just gone and grabbed this out of the fridge actually, which is good because I don't want it cold, because I've just been laying in bed freezing with one of those a couple of those weak cushions in bed, just with my cat, just trying to get warm, because my dysautonomia is flaring up. It's making me feel quite unwell. I just can't regulate my body temperature. Sorry if the shot keeps moving. I've just knocked my tripod with my foot. So yeah, this is the grapefruit juice. So I'll do it later. I'll splice another clip where I'm showing what I do. Grapefruit juice with the olive oil. This is just a brand that I found on Amazon, and it was very expensive. It was £24 for 12 bottles, something like that. So yeah, £2 for a little bottle. It's glass, so you expect to pay a bit more, but it's a little bit, I guess I'm just cheapskate really, I suppose, aren't I? But so I'm doing my liver cleanse, my second liver cleanse. I'm having Epsom salts. I've taken some pictures. I'll put them above my head or whatever, seeing as though there's loads of space above my head again, which I seem to be good at doing when I'm filming these. So yeah, I'm looking a bit rough. I've just put some concealer under my eyes, but my eyes just look black, look horrible. So I'm really tired. I've not been feeling very well. I had chiropractic treatment yesterday, a new chiropractor. I was going to do a video about that actually, and just have a little rant about British chiropractors and how they're a pain in the neck basically. A lot of them, I've had some bad experiences with osteopaths as well, so it's not just chiropractors, but it's very difficult to find the right health practitioners, let's put it like that, in my area. But yeah, they do help. Whatever they do, it does help a little bit, but you have to keep going back, because it's muscular problems and patterns of holding in the body, which I'm trying to learn more about and undo. So anyway, back to the liver cleanse. So I've just got some pineapple in here with almost a tablespoon, well, a dessert spoon nearly full of food grade, why am I forgetting what it is? Food grade Epsom salts. So magnesium sulfate, food grade Epsom salts, which is magnesium sulfate. So stop mithering me. My cat wants to play. She's doing my head in. Well, she's been asleep and I've just been having to lay down. just trying to will my body to relax so I can get in the flow to do this liver cleanse. I don't feel that sore actually. The chiropractor said, oh, you'll probably feel a bit sore tomorrow or for the next couple of days, and I don't feel sore at all. So this is the second. I did intend on doing, no, I've forgotten where I'm at. Anyway, I've forgotten where I'm at because I can't remember if I filmed and talking about the first liver cleanse or it's in my head and I think I've already done it. This happens a lot with the brain fog and the perimenopause and the memory issues that I have, so I can feel my forehead already, the energy trying to come to the prefrontal cortex for the energy just trying to get there. It all tingles when the energy tries to get to the prefrontal cortex to access short-term memory. I think it's short-term memory, who knows? It's memory anyway in the prefrontal cortex, because that's what they used to do in the Victorian era, wasn't it? To women, they used to get the put the thing in the brain, didn't they, through the prefrontal cortex to give them a lobotomy. In the Victorian times, that's what they used to do to women to shut them up, didn't they? If you've seen that film From Hell, I'm totally digressing, I know, I'm going off on a tangent. Stick with it. I'll come back to the liver cleanse. I'm going off on a tangent, but stick with it, I'll come back to it. So I'm trying to make a point about my brain fog and how normal this is and why I'm doing the liver cleanse as well, to clean the biggest filter in your body basically. Your liver is your largest filter in your body where it cleans the blood, right? So that's what I'm doing to try and help improve the brain fog. It has actually helped with my perimenopause symptoms as well. I've noticed that the suicidal ideation has eased up. The wrath is definitely gone. I still get angry days, but that's normal. That's just frustration and underlying irritation from residual inflammation in the body and just life circumstances and just not having the right social interaction and support and stuff that I need in life in general. So that's totally normal. But yeah, the wrath, I'm not feeling the wrath where I want to seek revenge on people and that irrational mutation of anger that just goes really sour and just those sticky, horrible, lower consciousness human conditions that we can fall into if we're not careful. So yeah, this tastes not very nice at all, but the pineapple helps. You can also put lemon in. I didn't go to the supermarket and get lemons. There's no lemons in my fridge. I normally keep lemons in my fridge, but I'm just trying to get some more light across my face because it looks so shadowy. I'm just using natural light and it's 5 o'clock in the UK, so I'm starting this early. In the book it says 6 o'clock, so you don't have to follow what the book says or what the protocol says. So I'm now doing a second liver cleanse. When I talk about the first one, it will make sense. So I'm probably going to splice this video up into different sections. So yeah, I've taken a bit of a smaller dose of the magnesium sulfate because it was too much for me last time and I didn't react very well to the magnesium sulfate. In the book it says that some people won't feel anything at all with the magnesium sulfate and other people will have a bit of a reaction to it. So it makes you gassy basically. It just totally bloats out your bowel. It's stuff that you bathe in, isn't it? The magnesium salts is what people have been bathing in since predating the Victorian times probably. I don't even know when it became popular. I like things like that to know. Nerd brain kicks in and I think, ooh, were people using that in the Victorian era? And when did people start using magnesium sulfate to bathe in for pain relief? So it's an old-fashioned remedy, isn't it? One of those old school remedies that people use. So yeah, I'm taking the first dose whilst I watch Terminator Genesis with the Khaleesi dragon lady. What's the name? She's about the same height as me. Diddy little thing. She's a bit younger than me. What's her name? Emilia Clarke, that lady with Arnie that's still in it. So I don't think I've watched it. It's the latest Terminator film, isn't it, in the series? But I like the first one. But yeah, not the best thing to watch when I'm supposed to be relaxing, doing a liver cleanse. So do as I say, not as I do. And yeah, I'm waiting for this pineapple to kick in a little bit. It's not as bitter as I was expecting because I've used a bit less. So I've just used nearly a dessert spoonful, but it says 710 ml and a tablespoonful. But in the book it says to to lump it all into one bottle. So you put it in all into one mix of like 700 mils. Oh, I've done it wrong, haven't I? I think I've done it wrong actually. So they say 700 mils, 710, which is random and precise, plus 4 tablespoons of the magnesium sulfate. Now, it's deviating from the protocol, but last time when I did the first liver cleanse, the 4th dose of the magnesium sulfate was surplus to requirements. My intuition said don't take it because I'd already been to the toilet several times and burning ring of fire, do you know what I mean? So this time around I've put the calendula cream. Let me go and grab that actually from the bathroom. I thought I need that as a visual aid earlier and didn't get it out of the cupboard. Let me go and grab that. So this is the product I'm using just around the anus basically to stop the burning ring of fire. You know what I'm saying, basically just around my anus. I'm talking about my anus on the internet. Oh. Anyway, lion's leaf. This is the calendula and marshmallow balm. So I love these. I actually use these as a facial cleanser, an oil cleanser, and a moisturizer. I've got they come in a triple pack, and then I've got one that's for sensitive skin and like for babies. And it was going to be this or what's that brand? There's another brand that does a baby balm. I've totally forgotten. Neal's Yard, that was it. I was going to get some pots of the baby's balm from Neal's Yard, but I chose Lion's Leaf because I've been using this product on and off for years. It's great. I'm not sponsored, but they can give me a discount link if they like. 100% natural. I like to use natural products as natural as possible. So maybe I'll just stick some ingredients list up above, or people can look it up anyway. I think this is a British brand actually, off the top of my head. Does it say? lionsleaf.co.uk. Yeah, it's a British brand. So I like to support British brands as well. Oh, and the yoni as well. If you have babies, actually that would be really good for pregnant women to put on their yoni for when they're having a child, or if they've had a child, or if you get any irritation. But I wouldn't use it internally, just externally around the edges. And actually it's fantastic because first time around I had the burning ring of fire. I obviously cleansed the area and then put this on, and within 12 hours it was gone. Probably less than that actually. It just basically cleared up the pain within. So it seems to have analgesic properties as well, I'm guessing. So calendula is great, isn't it? So I've been growing that in the garden last year, but didn't do very well. It went a bit too crisp. It got a bit sunburnt and dehydrated in the pots. So I'm gonna have to try that again and put it in the shade. So anyway, marshmallow. I don't know what properties marshmallow has got, but it's obviously good. So yeah, you want that barrier cream around your anus because you have about 25 bowel movements if you're not careful. If you overdose on the magnesium sulfate like I did last time, I ignored my intuition, right? There's nothing as powerful as women's intuition, okay? So yeah, follow your intuition. Obviously follow the protocol, but follow your intuition as well. If you're petite like me, I wouldn't recommend taking the full dose, but I'm going to link some PDFs and stuff in the description. So back to Terminator Genesis. So yeah, the book says 710 millilitres with 4 heaped tablespoons of the Epsom salts, but I'm not doing that. I'm taking a third of the dose. So it was 710 divided by 4 was like 177. So that's like a wine glass full with the mixture. So they suggest to put it into one. So what I'm doing is just a dessert spoonful in a highball glass, and I'll just work out how much fluid goes into a UK highball glass. I think I've got 6 ounces in my head, but I don't know what that is in millilitres. I don't know why I'm saying it in ounces. I just know that when you go to the shop and you buy them, it's like it always says 6 ounces. I think it's about 150 ml, something like that. So I've got 200 ml. Where's my microphone? I've got 200 ml in the glass. Hang on, this is difficult. I need my microphone clip. I've got 200 ml in the glass. So something around that. I think that's fine. supposed to be 177 divided by 3, but I think it's good to have more water because you need to hydrate everything anyway, because the Epsom salts tends to dehydrate you a little bit. So I don't understand why it's a precise 4 doses for this. So you take 3, no, sorry, it's 2 tonight, so I'm on my second dose, and then it's 2 in the mornings because I haven't done it for several months. I've forgotten. I will just check the book. Right, so I know this is going to be annoying people listening back to this, but I'm trying to highlight a point of how the brain fog can affect you when you're trying to concentrate and do something. So in the book it says 710 ml with 4 tablespoons of the Epsom salts. Now I'm not doing that. I'm going to take 3 doses. So I'm just doing a dessert spoonful in a highball glass, and the highball glass is around 200 ml. So I just think it's better to rehydrate. Just from my own anecdotal experience, I felt really dehydrated the next day with the Epsom salts, and I get dehydrated easily anyway, so I've possibly got POTS, but I don't think it's that. I just dehydrate for whatever reason, with the dysautonomia and all the horrible aches and pains and bodily dysfunctions and things that I've got going on. So this is why I'm doing the liver cleanse as well, obviously, to cleanse all the stones out, to filter my blood, to help recover quicker from all these ailments. And plus with the perimenopause and menopause, it helps the symptoms as well. I said earlier, it helps me with hot flushes, it helps me with the suicidal ideation. It just, obviously with your blood, can cleanse itself naturally, and the liver can heal itself from 46 years at this point in time of filming of abuse, basically. I used to be a binge drinker in my 20s, but I tend not to drink so much these days. But I tend to find that if I get a bottle of wine, it's normally gone within 3 days. And my intention of buying a bottle of wine these days is to put it in with a recipe. But, you know, you're going through a difficult time, it's there. You can easily get into the habit of having a glass of wine every night over a few nights until the bottle's gone, basically, or 2 glasses of wine, not 2 bottles in a few days. That's a different thing. That's the drink problem. And how do I know that? Because I've got alcoholics in my family, and they're drinking. I've got family members who drink 2 bottles of wine a day, which is bad. So I'm very conscious of not getting into that habit of having a glass of wine every day, because I've got alcoholics in my family. I know it's not genetic, I know it's a learned behaviour, so that's up for debate. You know, this is my opinion from my life experience. I'm just going to do a dessert spoon full of the Epsom salts as my second dose, and I'm just going to leave it at that tonight and then see if I have a bowel movement. It doesn't matter if I don't. You're supposed to have a bowel movement after this one, but I'm feeling very gassy, and my cat's stuck in the bathroom. Come on, she's trapped herself in the bathroom. So yes, I'm going to take that, and then it's going to be the grapefruit and olive oil. And I just panicked earlier because I hadn't been to the shops to top up my olive oil, but I may have one in the cupboard, so I'm just going to double check. So I've just put some pineapple in there, some frozen pineapple. I like that because it helps me with cravings. When I'm craving sweet things, I'll just have some frozen pineapple, so I stop going to the shop and buying junk food, basically, which I don't anyway. I'm dairy free and gluten free and all that stuff, but I tend to find a lot of the treats I'll buy, if I do buy any, they're just absolutely loaded with sugar because they taste like cardboard, basically. So I have the pineapple in the freezer. You're not supposed to eat anything, so I haven't eaten anything since... So I haven't eaten anything since 11:30 this morning, and it's now 7 o'clock at night. But I did have two eggs, and you're not supposed to have protein, but I can't go for 5 days without any protein because I start to feel unwell. It's just too many carbohydrates. It tends to mess up the insulin and everything, and just makes you feel just horrible. So I did have 2 poached eggs. You're not supposed to have a lot of protein, which isn't a lot of protein anyway, I don't think, in eggs. It might be, but oh well. I've listened to videos with like a bodybuilding type bloke doing this, and he said he's, what do they call it, where they just eat meat? Carnivore. He's on the carnivore diet, and he's done the liver flush, and he was fine. He didn't have any problems. So I'm just experimenting with this, my own reduced dose of what it says in the book, just as an anecdotal thing for me. And obviously, as I said earlier, I'm petite, because obviously you can't see me on camera now. If someone's just clicking in halfway through, skipping ahead because I'm waffling, do go back and listen to the whole video, please, because it's important. I've just had the salad dressing mix, the olive oil and the grapefruit. I don't know if the camera's picking that up. I should should record my gurgles, my gut gurgles. Who wants to hear that? So yeah, and just having to lay down. You're not supposed to talk, but this is where you just send love to your liver. You close your eyes, put your hand over your liver and just will it to, I can feel stuff squeezing. You just will it to release all the stuff. So the magnesium sulfate opens up all the valves. It also kind of squishes your internal organs, which sounds horrendous, but it's good. So it just basically dehydrates it a little bit, I think, and just makes it go into spasm a little bit. So yeah, I've got lots of gut gurgles, very gassy, haven't been for a bowel movement yet, but that will take effect, I imagine, in the next 30 minutes. I can't remember actually the first time I did it, how long it took. So yes, I can't remember how long it took before the first movement happened last time, but I suspect it's going to be within an hour. But I'll pause this and come back to it. So sorry for the lighting if the lighting's a bit off. I've just got the lamps over the other side of the room on, just to try and make it chilled out. And I have been relaxing actually. That's the beauty of the Epsom salts. It helps you relax. So that's, as I was saying earlier, you put it in the bath, don't you, to relax your muscles. So you take it internally. It's like, oh, I feel really relaxed. It's nice. Some people take it just on its own medicinally, like a teaspoon, once or twice a week or something, to help them go to the toilet, I think. So yeah, it can be taken for that as well. If you get constipation, you can take the magnesium sulfate, like a teaspoon, and see how you get on, and take that over a couple of days, and that should help get things moving and help your body relax. But I take Elemental 8 variant of magnesium supplement to help my muscles relax, and I have noticed a little bit of a difference since I've been taking that one. But the problem is, if you have I heard from one of these American doctors, like a functional medicine doctor or something, that if you've got like loads of toxins and sort of heavy metals in your body, then the magnesium, it kind of feeds off the nutrients, doesn't it? Well, that makes sense, because yeah, like if you have candida and stuff, if you have sugar, it feeds off that. It's similar to that, isn't it? So yeah, they do. So heavy metals and toxins will feed off nutrients. So for this week, when you do the liver flush, you don't take any supplements. That's the point I'm trying to make. I know I go off on a tangent and sort of change subject, but that's the female brain for you. So we're good at that, aren't we? So yeah, it's oh hello, we have a cat. Hello, sweetheart. So yes, what was I saying? I got distracted by cats, and the other one stopping the other cat from coming in through the cat flap. Oh, hello. Hey. Oh, that's helpful. That's just what I need. My own little liver massager. She's helping me massage my liver. Are you helping me massage? Oh, lovely. Just what I need. Thanks. Massage there too. I was just having some tingles. I just went downstairs to get water, and I felt a dull, not like a punch, like a dull, you know, like someone's doing that on your back, basically, a little bit of a spasm in the back around where the liver and kidneys are. But I've just got up and gone downstairs, and then it's gone from like a little light tap to a tingle sensation. So that is things working their way out and moving around, and the energy freeing up. And just the ducts and things probably feeling the stones passing through the ducts. So I have had another bowel movement and just couldn't see what was in the pan, basically. This is far too much information. So I didn't notice any stones, but I could feel them coming out. So it's something you can feel as well, because I'm not one for like staring down the toilet, and I didn't get my colander out this time because it's in the garden. I've been using it in the garden. So yeah, second bowel movement, could feel stuff coming out, and I've got the tingles in the back. a little slight spasm in the back. There's, not painful at all. On a scale of 1 to 10, it's probably a 2. And then some energy moving around as I've gone downstairs to get myself some water. So I'm just looking up Andreas Mauritz website, Energy. I'm going to link this in the description. And there's some videos of him talking about it. But yeah, he is a vegetarian. I'm on bowel movement number 4. So it's 9 a.m. I woke up at 6. 4 bowel movements. I think that's pretty good in the grand scheme of things, considering back in October when I did this liver flush, it was, by the way, I was going to get dressed. I am having a bit of a duvet day. I am going to get dressed at some point. I'm just waiting for that magnesium to work its way through, because there's no point getting up and going about your day when you've got to run down to the toilet every hour or every half hour. At the moment, it's increased from every hour to every half hour. So yeah, going back in comparison to October when I did it, God, this left eye is just giving me so much jip. I've just put eye drops in as well, like half an hour ago, and they're just dry again. I just feel so dry and gross. So back in October when I did it, I had about 24 bowel movements in the space of 12 hours. That is not good. It's not good. But you want to be doing it a bit slower, ideally. So this time around, I've taken one less dose of the magnesium sulfate. I've taken a lesser dose. I did it in another clip anyway, so this is all going to be spliced, but this might be into 2 parts, because as I'm filming these videos, they're about 25 minutes long, and I do tend to waffle on a bit, I've noticed. I know it's just the energy coming out of me, because I'm quite isolated and work from home, so I've got all that trapped energy of needing to speak to people, and I'm having to sort of be quiet with people that come through the door. Some of my regular clients are lovely. They're like, oh, I come here because I like to chat to you as well. It's like, it's not just about the massage, it's because I like to talk to you as well. I'm like, oh, okay, that's nice. So I've succumbed to coffee. I noticed my coffee tasted weird, and I don't know if it's like the magnesium has just coated my tongue. My tongue is a bit gross, so that could be an indication of the toxins working their way through the body as well. But yeah, generally the gassiness comes from the other end, not this end. Now my cat's crying. Don't know what I was saying. I had to get up and feed the cat. So yeah, I've had 4 bowel movements by 9 a.m. This is way too much information, I'm sure, than what people want to know. But I want to know how many bowel movements you have when you do a liver and gallbladder cleanse, and how many stones come out of it. So I was flicking through the book earlier, and how he was saying that he's been doing it for 20 years, and it took him, I don't know, within a 15-year period, his body stopped producing stones. Now, that made me a little suspicious, because we are exposed to so many toxins, but I think there must be an element of the liver just regenerates itself and just strengthens over time, so much so that it improves the function of it. I'm guessing that's what he means by that. That must be, because the liver does regenerate, doesn't it? Let me check these are still paired. Yeah, the liver regenerates. So he was saying some people have to do up to 15 or 16 flushes, something like that, or at least sort of 8, between 8 and 16 flushes before the liver stops producing the stones and the gallbladder stops producing the stones, or it just strengthens itself over time. I guess the body just expels all the toxins a lot easier. So that's interesting. This time around, I'm trying it a bit differently to see if I can adjust the dose of the magnesium sulfate so much so that I don't have to have 24 bowel movements in 12 hours, because that's too taxing on the body. Although I did feel extremely euphoric after the first time I did it. Today I feel sluggish because it's having a slower transit time, because I didn't have the bowel movements last night. So hopefully within the next 4 hours my mood's going to lift a bit more, or certainly by tomorrow. But tomorrow's Monday, and I'm never in a good mood really on a Monday. Here's a visual representation of what you can expect to expel from your liver and gallbladder. Unfortunately, I lost a chunk of my footage in the editing process because I'm a technophobe, and getting used to all the equipment and editing software and everything. I was talking about the contraindications for doing the cleanse and going through the book, but there's obviously chapters in the book about that. One thing that put me off to start with, because I had the book since 2017 and only just did it in 2024, one thing that put me off was the size of the stones in the book. But now, since I've done it, I'm not concerned by that, because obviously you take the malic acid, which softens it, and then you take the Epsom salts, which dilates the hepatic ducts so that everything can pass through, and it also dilates the large intestine as well. It helps fill that up with air so that the stones can go straight in there, but keep in mind that they are toxic. There's also some other protocols within this cleansing system that I haven't mentioned in the video because of the brain fog and all the technical overwhelm of filming everything as well. There are some enemas that you will need to do. You can either go to a practitioner that offers that in your area, or you can buy a kit and do it at home. I personally use the kit, the DIY kit. I have had professional enemas in the past, and to me the DIY kit is just as good. I don't personally like having fluoridated water pumped into me, so I have a Berkey which gets rid of all the toxins in the tap water, because I'm very cautious about what I put into my body. So do your own method, get the book, read the PDFs, it's all going to be linked in the description, and please do give this a thumbs up if you found this video helpful, because this is about creating a community of women to help support each other through perimenopause and midlife, because it is an absolute roller coaster of health issues and stress and all the rest of it that life throws at you, and it's really difficult going through it on your own. So I've set up this channel to try and build a small community of women where we can interact with each other and try and support each other on our perimenopause journey.